I do sometimes wonder if the music industry is taking notes from the video game industry or vice versa. I say the music industry, I specifically mean Taylor Swift. And I bring that up because apparently Tears of the Kingdom Taylor's Edition is the top rated game of Metacritic this year. Let me repeat that. Games journalism decided to make a big deal the other day about the fact that the Switch 2 version of Tears of the Kingdom is the best reviewed game of 2025. And it's overtaken Expedition 33 for the top spot on Metacritic. And not only does this just make me hate games journalism even more, because why are we even re-reviewing Tears of the Kingdom on the Switch 2? It's literally the exact same game with some absolutely minuscule technical improvements, and these technical improvements shouldn't even be giving them a more positive score, because these technical improvements are just getting the game up to where the original game should have launched. The original version of Tears of the Kingdom launched for what, $70? Running at 30 frames per second, 720p, and now a new version of the game comes out also for $70 and is running at not 720p, not 30 frames per second, and that's worthy of a whole entirely new positive review. Hey, I did a funny little goof right there. I thought the Switch 2 version of this game was $70. It's actually $80. That's cool. Hi, my name's Taylor Swift. I released the dogshit album, but then I released the same dogshit album again with slightly better production. Woo! Best-selling, best reviewing album of the decade. How wonderful you are, Taylor. Thank you. Take all the awards. Now, something that the games journos are not pointing out, which I find just hysterical here, is that while you probably saw a bunch of headlines about how Tears of the Kingdom is the highest rated game of 2025, it has 9 reviews. 9 reviews, 9 critic reviews, that's it. And yet the journos are just running with this one, which is why I always make fun of Nintendo fanboys for having some kind of complex as the journos hate us. You guys know that, you know what I'm talking about. Whenever Nintendo doesn't get mindlessly praised from games journalists, Nintendo fanboys will be like, it's because there's an industry bias against Nintendo. Meanwhile, this is just okay. For some reason, Tears of the Kingdom on the Switch 2 should not be getting re-reviewed. It's not substantially different enough from the base game to get a re-review. Why the Switch 2 version of the game is not just being lumped in with the other versions of the game. Look, right here in this screenshot, Claire Obscure Expedition 33, PS5, view all platforms. This is how Metacritic works. All the different versions of the game are lumped into one page. But Tears of the Kingdom gets a whole new review page from new reviews because it's a new experience. Fuck you. No, it's not. It's the same exact game, but it runs at modern performance metrics. If you think the modern performance metrics are impressive enough to get a positive score, maybe that means the original version didn't deserve a positive score. Have you ever even thought about that, you game journalist brain dead walrus? Oh man, this game really is great at 60 frames per second. It's such an eye-opener at 60 frames per second. 60 frames per second being, the standard, and the fact that it didn't have that before, maybe that means that before it didn't actually deserve to get the praise, because being at a modern performance metric gives it a good review now, but we gave it good reviews before when it wasn't at a modern performance metric, so maybe it my thinker is going to be working overtime on this one. I better write another article about it. But anyways, this stupid headline made its way to my feed the other day. And I thought we were all in agreement here that this is dumb. But then I looked through the responses, and apparently we're not in agreement here. Apparently there's a decent number of Nintendo folk who are yeah, no, totally. Absolutely, it's the best game of the year. I mean, it came out in 2023, and the version that came out this year is basically identical to the version that came out in 2023 in all the ways that should matter, because Nintendo should not be getting praise for releasing a game at full price with bare minimum modern performance metrics. The game itself is entirely the same, and we as Nintendo folk have made it clear that we don't actually care about performance metrics, but suddenly, yeah. No, totally, it's a brand new game. When Nintendo releases a game with subpar performance, we don't care about technical specs. Then they update this game from 2023 to have modern performance specs, and suddenly it's such a game changer that, yeah, no, totally, it's an entirely new experience. You people are fucking weird. So we're just gonna look through the responses here to this Dexair2 post, and we're gonna make fun of some Nintendo fanboys, okay? We're gonna do that now. Bronzebeard says Tears of the Kingdom on Switch 2 is insane. Something everyone should experience. Oh, it's insane how the game runs at 60 frames per second. That's insane now. Funny, because, you know, people like me were being written off and pushed out of the conversation a couple years ago when we were saying that you probably shouldn't be paying full price for a game that runs like ass. And you guys were saying, oh no, we don't care that the game runs like ass. It's a great game. But now, suddenly, it's an insane experience that everyone should play because it doesn't run like ass and is full price again. And you wonder why the internet makes fun of you people. Holy shit. LM says playing Tears of the Kingdom at 60 FPS is like playing a different game for real. Okay, so demand better of Nintendo. Like, why is this hard? I love how the Nintendo dudes are always like, why do you emulate Nintendo games? And I'm like, well, I want better performance out of these games. They're well-designed games, but they run like ass on the hardware. That's one of the reasons why I emulate them. I want to play them with better performance. And you're like, play them on the original version. Then the Nintendo releases of a 60 FPS version. You're like, oh my god, it's like a whole different game. It's like, yeah, we've been telling you that. Kitsia TV says, I mean, to be fair, Tears of the Kingdom is the pinnacle of game design. Nothing comes close. Yeah, no, Tears of the Kingdom is just pinnacle of game design. It's Breath of the Wild with Gmod, but it's pinnacle of game design. Nothing comes close to that. There's no design flaws with Tears of the Kingdom. None. Anywhere. None. If you don't like Tears of the Kingdom, we should take your family outside and shoot them. And because Tears of the Kingdom is just so great, that means it deserves to be rated as the best game of the year over a game that actually came out this year. I liked Zelda, therefore, it should be game of the year every year. Again, Nintendo dudes wonder why the entire internet makes fun of them. I'm begging you to play more games. If literally any other publisher was getting this kind of treatment, you wouldn't be okay with it. Jason says, well deserved. I bought Tears of the Kingdom at launch, played a few hours, and gave up with how poor it performed on the original Switch. Playing it now on the Switch 2, it genuinely feels like an entirely different game, and I'm absolutely loving it. Best launch title for the Switch 2? See, this is what I'm talking about. The game ran like ass. By your own admission, game ran like ass when you first played it. New version of the game comes out, doesn't run like ass, and it's being praised up and down the town square. Maybe the original version shouldn't have run like ass. Maybe if the original version ran like ass, it wasn't deserving of praise. And maybe if the new version is just the old version, but it doesn't run like ass, but it's priced at the same point, you should be taking more issue with this. Because you just paid for less, right? Is this not Nintendo just openly admitting that the original version of the game was not worth the asking price? I'm not saying that you can't enjoy the Switch 2 version of the game. Be very aware of what I'm saying here. I'm not saying you can't enjoy the new version of the game. I'm not saying the new version of the game is not an improvement. It is an improvement. You can absolutely enjoy it. But what I am saying here is that justifying this under any circumstances for any reason at all, you just look like a shill. There is no reason for this. This is just Nintendo getting glazed for the absolute bare minimum. And then you people wonder why Nintendo's gotten so much worse. You wonder why Nintendo keeps getting so greedy. It's because the media glazes them for something that nobody asked them to do, and instead of being like, yeah, that's dumb, or saying nothing, you step into the ring to defend them. That's why this content exists. Because you people are goofy and silly. And honk honk silly goose. And you know who's going to suffer the consequences for that? You are. Because they're only going to get worse because of behavior like this. Why is this hard to understand? Fuzzy says, thank God, Tears of the Kingdom is the better game. I tried to love Clair Obscur, but I just couldn't do it. So, because you think Tears of the Kingdom is the better game, which is totally fair, by the way, you're allowed to think it's a better game. But because it's a better game, that means it should be the best reviewed game of the year when it didn't come out this year. It's a better game, so it's totally fine for it just keep getting, best reviewed game of the year with a new version, even though the game is not from this year. I mean, I can use this logic to justify anything. New version of a game from 2021 comes out, new version of a game from 2017 comes out. Oh man, I love that game. It was better than other games this year. Yeah, it's game of the year this year too. Like, wait, no, you can't do that. Why not? Okay, this game didn't come out this year. Alright, well, Tears of the Kingdom shouldn't be the best reviewed game of Metacritic this year. Oh, no, it should be, because it's better than Expedition 33. I said so. Fuzzy, why are you like this? We talked about this. Me and your dad, we talked about this. You said you were going to do better, or you had to move out. You're not doing better. It's time for you to move out. Jack Gamesworth says, kinda legit, honestly. I like Expedition 33, but it's not on Tears of the Kingdom's level. Again, just because you like Tears of the Kingdom more, that means it deserves to be the best reviewed game of the year over games from this year. Like, this does not make sense. This does not make sense. If any other company was getting this kind of treatment, you wouldn't be okay with it. Why is it okay when Nintendo does it? This person says, it's crazy that this game lost for Baldur's Gate. You guys are still thinking about Baldur's Gate? Oh my goodness. I mean, 2024, 2025, is anyone still talking about that game? You're talking about it! This game lost to Baldur's Gate. I can't believe it. No one's even thinking about Baldur's Gate. No one's talking about Baldur's Gate. My boy, what are you talking about right now? It rhymes with Baldur's Gate. It's Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate beat you. Get over it. How are we still on this? Oh, you guys want to see something funny? You want to see something real funny? I quote tweeted it and I said that's not how this should work. Because, you know, a game from 2023 should not be the best reviewed game of 2025. That just doesn't make fucking sense. But then I got a response from someone who's... I love this. Got a response from Silence who says, why not though? Text should not be considered for the score? You see that profile picture? It's from a Naughty Dog game. The Naughty Dog fan is over here defending the Zelda re-release for being the best reviewed game. The Naughty Dog fan is defending pointless re-releases and re-reviews and review glazing. And if that's not the least surprising thing on the planet, I don't know what your dad is doing right now. But I sure would like to shake his hand and maybe build some Legos with him. Where is your dad? Can you find him for me? Can you point to him on this graph? Look at this photograph. Every time I do, I lose my dad. Like, this game should not even be in the discussion for the best reviewed game of the year. And the fact that the journos are even trying to push this idea that it's the best reviewed game of the year after 9 Metacritic reviews, 9 of them, that's it. Like they were waiting for this. You know they were waiting for this. They were counting down the seconds until like it officially had a Metacritic score, and then they were like, "Ooh, it's the best reviewed game of the year!" Woo! Like, why are you guys like this? It's so bizarre. Ugh, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I'm going to the Doofus Club now, and we're going to have a hoot and a half. Little heads up to you doofuses out there. I'm going to be traveling for like a week. I'm leaving on Thursday. I'm going to be gone for like a week and a half. So you have until Thursday to make the stupidest name you can imagine, and then you're going to have from Thursday to like a week from Monday, and when I record a new Doofus Club segment, you're going to have that whole time to do your homework and think of the dumbest name on top of the dumbest name. I want the dumbest name of all time within the next 2 days, and I want another dumbest name of all time when I get back. Okay? Okay? Do you understand me? Okay, Doofus Club. Kyle Ward 789, Nate Blast 1314, Jamie Chops, Mom Close the Door, I'm Goonie, Michael Musial, Master Killer, Firestorm 2056, Demetrius Papagiorno, Showbiz NCNA, Banshee, Tom Snorlaxon, and Omega Multheme, Dan Porter Bridges, Dan Porter Bridges, One Man Savage, Binary Deviant, Oracle, Unknown 1868-18. It was 1867, 18. Kev Dog 1992, Zombie Killer 5072, Visual Drags, Mash Start. No! This is mine, Mom. I'll wash it as fast as I want. Bear Brain, Epione 504, Grimsy Edge 91789, The Caffeine Addict, Corporal Dixon, Kushker, Unicorn Rocco, L Anti-Grievous 2005. Why is that one funny? Bender Fondue, Fanboy, Fudo, House is my game of the year. Listen, appearing offline does not fucking stop it. Listen, appearing offline does not fucking stop it. I don't get it. Thomas Spokane, Raising Your Sense of Nikage, Non for Law Table, Biddy's Partial Mean 8, Nick, Volksalto, JJ Dusty, Hill, Nuva, Cod, Stop It, Codman 4372WX, I need a stupid name for Jitter to read out loud for everyone to see. Cellarock, Go Pyrock, Alwaroth, the one I pay for this with the stolen elderly woman's card. Doug Nixie Smile, Blast, Snake Eyes 13, Snake Eyes 327, I can't read numbers. Ha 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 ha. Devastator 2000, Joe, please let us touch it, you sexy man. MK2960, I'm still in the moat, Joe, please get help. Hentai X Machina Gamma, Lee Wolf, Firehazard 105, Clip of Penguin, GWXSS, Raps the Wolf, Evan Co, OK Toodles, Tech Gaming, Jungle Zone, Slim Jim, Really Zerg, Gaming with Dead People, All Games Video, Japanese name that says Nintendo makes my peas. Like peas. Like sugar snap peas. Max Killer, V2 Gaming, Todd Howard, our Lord and Savior, Chris Void, Poker Off the Back, and Jessica Spiral, Ricky Spiral, Ricky Ziki Tabby. Muskie, that video was not funny, Joe. You should cut that. Okay, I'll just cut that. I'll cut the whole video. I'll cut my whole fucking body in half. Karumi the Steel Angel. Nintendo and PlayStation Fanboy Civil War is coming. Sergeant Jason Bond, Baron Von Vader, Cyrus 6771. Don't call me doofus. It hurts my feelings. True Text 940. I'm Joe's phone text notification. Ding.mp4. The first doofus. Creed Warrior 23. Max Chev. Chap is going to wait for a while. Take care for now. Totally Insane. Even RG Black Over the Anwar Slayer. Night of Cyber. ML04. I'm 6 copies of Click 2006 on Blu-ray. Oh no, it's a bald Banana Man. Wolf of Midnight. Sig Rider. Pig Venus. Steve One Studios. Film Kraken. Ohm Gaming. Tariq Brown. Thorin Skate. Magneck. Severance. Evans. Stalino 3. Skyliner. Freaking White. Max Pow Pow. White Trouble Donnie Weston. Nick Donegan. Draws Max on Twitch. Come hang y'all. Gob Gosson. Rogue Winter. 19. Bobby Henry, Kenny Kitten, Fanny, Hangman for Hire, Elden Noel, Frostcastle, John, Biogenesis, In Action, Pumpkin Higgins, 97, Mega Keys, Scope, Ghost Snow, Review Saga, JoJo 6, Vast Grove, Raptor Tim, The Amazing Blightman, Blue Hook, Jeff from Portland. I use my Steam Deck as my main PC. That's so cool. Oh my god. Jody Breeze, Smitty, Work, Yegerman Jensen, Max, Lurlo, Lozord, and Mick Advertisement, Diego Garcia, JJ Dusty, JJ Dusty, ate my Kibbakins. I American Idiot, Darth Muffin, oh no, it's Justin, Rand, Roy, Toonie, Way, Mechanical, Resident 607, Joey Scoops, Negative Creep, Joe Taku, Poop, Pee, Bang, Cat, Chicken Sucker, Mom, Banger, 8008, Wannabe Homo, Jidge, West Ability, Char, Rob C, Veg, Groove Banana, Curtin, Alice Back, Scrum Master, Squirrel with a gun makes my pee nuts go new pew. Nuts go my putts go new. Okay. I'm so sorry I said that. I said my putts go new. I super did not need to say that. I also really did not need to say it in that tone. But I did. Wow. Toodles.